towns are taking a closer look at their use of flock safety cameras. I'm Glenn Kittle. We'll tell you more about their reactions at last night's meetings coming up on Fox 61.
Plus, we'll share what the candidates for the state Senate's District 2 Democratic primary had to say in a forum last night, why each candidate says they're the best fit.
And concerns over a natural gas pipeline project were heard in Cromwell. What one activist had to say about the proposal across New England. The Fox 61 Morning News starts right now.
Good morning. I don't know, I just had to get a stretch out. Like, the sun's starting to come up. We're enjoying ourselves here at Fox 61. I'm Stephen Reels.
And I'm Bria Shapiro. Great to have you here, and a much better start to the day than yesterday. We got the rain out of here. Oh, my God. Thank goodness for that. A cooler start to the day. It's feeling great, and we're going to send it outside to Rachel Piscatelli. Good morning.
Now, let's go outside to the New England Patio and Hearth Outdoor Studio.
Good morning. A beautiful start to our Tuesday, that's for sure. We have mostly sunny skies, and it's certainly an improvement from this time yesterday, which is not hard to do considering the fact that we were much warmer and definitely soggier as well. Temperatures across the state this morning are ranging cooler than this time yesterday, anywhere from about 14 to 18 degrees cooler. So our numbers this morning are sitting around upper 50s and lower 60s now. So 59 degrees towards Willimantic. We're sitting at 60 degrees in Groton, and right around the 60-degree mark here in the capital city. So planning your Tuesday out, it's a nice and cool and comfortable start. Temperatures are around 60 degrees. It does feel a little moist this morning, but it's not horrible. As you head through the afternoon, temperatures get up into the mid to upper 80s. It will be a beautiful day by the beaches too if you're planning a beach day today. Temperatures around 80 degrees at the shoreline. So again, a nice day on tap and a warm evening ahead before we cool things down. So heading to the beaches today, high tide happening a little after 2 o'clock through about the 4 o'clock hour. Temperatures around 79 to near 80 degrees, and our UV index today will be at a 9 with lots of sun. Heading through the next few days, it's almost repeat weather for our Wednesday. Humidity starts to build in for the back half of our work week. We're also bringing in a chance for some scattered thunderstorms for Thursday too. We'll talk more about that, plus the humidity and heat on the way coming up in just a bit. As we check in with the roads this morning here at about 6:02, let's check in with our first incident this morning. It looks like they are working on clearing that as of now. So this should be wrapping up. They towed away what looks like that tractor trailer. It was on its side. So a portion of Route 2 West still closed at 1D and 2A, but I expect to see some improvements certainly as we have those cop cars that are pulling away, as well as that tractor trailer that is no longer on scene. Heads up here in Southington, there is a crash. Well, it's actually a vehicle fire. You can actually see some of the smoke. It looks like the fire is out. But 84 East near exit 30 and 31, that left lane going to be blocked off for you this morning. Over to you.
Thank you, Rachel. Happening right now, flock safety cameras continue to be a controversial topic for communities across Connecticut. Those meetings were in Middletown and Milford last night. People in Milford did not hold back about their opinions about privacy issues around these cameras. Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is live in Middletown from their police department with more on this public discourse on these cameras, which, Glenn, they've really just been erupting around these cameras every time a new town announces them.
Yeah, good morning, Stefan. These towns and cities are reevaluating their use of these flock cameras. Killingworth recently ended a 2-year contract that they have with the company. They cited their town leaders that the cameras did little to slow speeding while also raising questions about privacy. Now, last night in Milford, residents packed a city meeting on Monday night voicing concerns that the license plate reader cameras could lead to mass surveillance and potential Fourth Amendment issues. Others say the technology has helped police solve serious crimes. Milford police even saying that they use the system to support about 6 criminal investigations every day.
There are 2 Supreme Court cases. They deal mostly with cell phone data, Carpenter versus United States and Chattery versus United States. They both point in the direction where this is probably going to end up. Connecticut's new state law, it's a compromise. It's not a solution. The issue at hand is the searchable database. You know, we got to get these cameras out of here.
And also, I'm also here for the flock cameras too. I'm for and against the flock cameras. I'm for it because it helps solve a murder in my neighborhood on East Broadway. but I think they're just collecting too much private information on our residents.
Meanwhile, in Middletown, city leaders are considering a different type of flock technology. The proposal would add drones to help first responders, with police saying they would only be deployed to active emergencies and would not be used for routine surveillance or license plate readers. No votes were taken in either Milford or Middletown, as both communities continue to review their options. Take a listen.
Flock will repeatedly lie to cities, it will lie to police departments, it will lie to state governments, and it will lie to the federal government about the solicitation and sharing of information.
The chief of Middletown Police Department states in his letter dated February 19th this year that the flock drone does not use ALPR, automated license plate reading technology, and will not be used for surveillance. And while I do not doubt that is his understanding and intent, and I believe that he genuinely has the safety of Middletown residents in mind.
Now, it's important to note that Bridgeport has already partnered with Flock Safety to deploy drones that are similar to the ones that Middletown is proposing. The ones in Bridgeport are equipped with thermal imaging, low-light cameras, and license plate recognition. The drones operated remotely from Police Fusion Center that will assist both police and firefighters by providing real-time aerial views of any incidents that they have going on. Officials in Milford and Middletown have yet to vote on the flock camera situation there. They're still in a public comment period at this time. We'll be sure to bring you the latest out of those communities as soon as we hear more. Live in Middletown, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
Early voting for the August 11th primary continues today. Polls will open at 8 a.m. and will close at 8 p.m. Yesterday, we spoke with people in Cromwell during the first day of early voting. We spoke with Brendan Crew about why he decided to cast his ballot early.
It was easier just to kind of get it done and over with sooner rather than later. Your freedom of speech is your freedom and your right to elect people who, represent your interests and represent your community's interests.
You don't have to wait in lines, you get in and out. Again, early voting will continue in each city and town through this coming Sunday.
And continuing on with our election coverage, one of the major races on the ballot is for Connecticut's 2nd State Senate District, which is made up of parts of Hartford, Bloomfield, and Windsor. And the candidates took part in a forum hosted by the Greater Hartford African American Alliance. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules spoke with the candidates about what they hope to achieve in office.
The three candidates vying for the Democratic nomination in the 2nd Senate District say they want voters to consider what issues they value most and which candidate will fight for a solution to those issues. Incumbent State Senator Douglas McCory, State Representative Miriam Khan, and Windsor Education President Ayanna Taylor all took the stage at the debate to discuss the topics most important to them and their campaigns. McCory addressed concerns about how he allocated public funds to nonprofits and businesses in the North End, something the FBI has been looking into. He said despite that investigation, the people he's spoken with are focused on issues like health care and education.
I've been out knocking on doors, maybe over 8,000 doors. And not one person asked me one question about Blue Hills or anything that's going on with me in regards to that.
One thing McCory doesn't have in this race, the backing of the state Democratic Party. That backing went to Representative Miriam Khan, who said it's time for a change.
I think it's shown that the district and the party is ready for a change, and that the change also needs to be bold and ready to take on what is needed.
McCory said he's still confident in his campaign, even though he lost the party's support.
My reputation speaks for itself, so I don't think it has any impact on how they perceive me, but they look at my work and they look at how I have delivered even before I was elected official.
Khan says if she's elected as state senate, she's hoping to make much needed changes to public school systems.
Mostly being properly funding our public schools, making sure the resources are there, and then looking at the structural problems that were created over the years.
Ayanna Taylor said her experience as the president of Windsor's Board of Education has set her up for success at the Capitol.
That has prepared me in large part for this role, because if you don't know how municipalities work, how will you ever be ready for the state legislature?
She said being an advocate for children and families and having deep ties to the community makes her the better candidate over her competitors.
If they want someone tried, true, and trusted, that's Ayanna Taylor.
Early voting is underway ahead of primary day next Tuesday, August 11th. In Hartford, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Former New Haven Police Chief Carl Jacobson is expected in court for a pretrial hearing today. Jacobson has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of larceny in the first degree by defrauding a public community. Prosecutors accused him of stealing more than $85,000 from 2 accounts connected to New Haven's Police Department's informant fund. Jacobson allegedly admitted to his assistant chiefs to stealing the funds.
And people gathered in Cromwell last night to talk about a proposed natural gas pipeline enhancement project in Enbridge. According to the company's website, the proposal includes upgrades at an existing compressor station in Cromwell. However, the project includes a gas line replacement in eastern Massachusetts and an expansion of the pipeline through Newport County, Rhode Island. Enbridge says it would increase natural gas capacity and improve energy reliability across the Northeast. But opponents to the plan, including Cromwell's mayor and the Sierra Club, said they're concerned about the potential environmental impact.
There is a compressor station located in Cromwell that's on that pipeline. It's releasing methane gas and other toxic chemicals that are polluting the air and harming people's health. And so we wanted to make sure people know that that's there, but also that they know that there are multiple proposed expansions.
The project would still need regulatory approvals before it could move forward. And Enbridge says construction would not begin, if approved, until 2028. And 2 people have died in Michigan in connection to the cyclospora outbreak. Officials say that they are the first reported deaths in the U.S. related to the outbreak. Michigan health officials said both people who have died had already underlying health conditions. Microscopic parasite is known to cause prolonged episodes of diarrhea. Symptoms can last anywhere from a few days to a month. And lawmakers say they want answers from the Food and Drug Administration amid the outbreak. Some have questioned whether political influence delayed the government's response. In letters sent to the FDA's acting commissioner and Taylor Farm CEO, Connecticut Senator Blumenthal wants specifics into the handling of the outbreak and whether the company played any role in staffing cuts or food safety decisions at the agency. And still ahead on Fox 61, a bright side to the state's overall economic outlook, what the projected surplus of the state funds will be used for.
And another lawsuit filed over the president's new tariff plan, and Connecticut has joined in on the fight. We'll have those details for you straight ahead. Stick with us. You're watching the Fox 61 Morning News.